Hidden Gems of DFW is a video podcast to help marketing professionals as well as newbies learn the art of marketing and finding the treasures that help a small business grow. This podcast will be filled with gems and treasures in the DFW area from some of the best guests in the business. And even if you are not in the DFW area, these treasures will work for you. And now get ready for the Hidden Gems of DFW podcast with Kris O'Connor. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Hidden Gems of DFW video podcast. I'm Kris O'Connor, your host. And today is a really cool day. It's a focus day. And my guest is kind enough to be on a Zoom link to come into the show today. And I met this individual through a friend, a local friend, and a lot of you know who that local friend is. His name is Tim Vasquez. Tim, if you're out there, hey, buddy. You have introduced us to this individual. I'm very excited to introduce you to this individual. I met this person about 4 months ago, I guess now. I don't know, time flies when you're having fun. And I met him on Clubhouse. I know that's been a theme for several of the video podcasts, but Clubhouse really seems to be a great place to meet great people and learn how to do business. So I won't keep talking because I want to introduce you to Lenny Rowell. Lenny, welcome. I'm so excited to have you on the podcast today. So tell us about yourself and where you've been and how you arrived to where you are today.
Absolutely. So first off, I want to say thank you so much for just giving me the opportunity to come on the show. Really appreciate that. So my name is Lenny Rowell. As Kris said, I'm a local marketing specialist and Google Business Profile expert. I'm in the Charlotte, North Carolina area. And so local marketing and affiliate marketing, those two things have been really near and dear to my heart. I've had over 10 years of experience with affiliate marketing. I've been in the local marketing space for the last probably about 6 years, managed hundreds of listings, and I'm just very, very passionate about helping local business owners grow their business. And I'm talking if you're just getting started or if you've been around for a while and you're just not seeing the results that you're looking for, very passionate about helping local business owners kind of thrive and grow. How I got here, so like many of you, I went to college, did the independent contract work for different branches of the military. But for me, coming home from work, like 9 to 5, it's just one of those things where I always felt like it just wasn't enough. So to come home and to get off at 5 o'clock, to come home and kind of sit on the couch, maybe watch some TV, and then get up and do it all over again, kind of seemed boring to me. In addition to that, once I met my wife and started having my family, obviously everything costs money. And, you know, as my family started to grow, expenses and our finances and all those things continue to be more of my focal point. So ventured into the affiliate marketing space, started really working on ways of trying to generate income in my schools. Went on to do several courses in affiliate marketing, CPA marketing, how to rank YouTube videos. And then at some point, to be honest, I kind of lost interest in it. That part of the business, there's a lot of back scratching, a lot of shady stuff going on. I really wanted to get in something that I could go to sleep feeling great about. And I came across one of my friends as a local business owner. He was trying to get a business started, help him get his business started from the ground up. And it's just been my passion ever since to continue to help.
That's awesome. You know, it's interesting because Tim brought us together on Clubhouse and the trio, I called us the Three Musketeers in the beginning. You remember that?
I do.
And two of the Musketeers were exactly what you just talked about, a little black hattish. And I used to have to keep Tim on the white hattish route because that's what I do. Because I don't have a way to unpenalize us on the black hat route. So many of you may or may not know what white or black hat means, but black hat means bad and white hat means good. So that's what you should be doing is the white hat things. The black hat things are very short-lived, very quick, get you what you want, but then you're gone and then it's done. So it's really important that you learn the difference because there's a lot of people out there that will pull the wool over your eyes and help you
go down that wrong road. And we laugh about that at Clubhouse, don't we, Lenny? That
We do quite a bit. And I will say at first, when Kris first introduced me, when Tim first introduced Kris, I could tell she was knowledgeable. I really liked her, but every time I would go share my tips and tricks on how to, get something done in the black hat way, so to speak, Kris would say, "Hey, listen, if anybody's listening to this, that's okay what Lenny's saying, but we're not going to be doing this." And she was shut down my tricks, and that was an adjustment to me because Tim and I would meet, we talk for hours about this kind of stuff. But I say over the last couple months, I've just some of the things that I do in my ongoing business practice because of conversations that Kris and I had. Just conversations Kris and I have had over the last few months have really helped me adjust some of the things that I do and how I operate, and I think for the best. So even though that was I say all that to say, even though it was an adjustment, wasn't used to somebody shutting down my helpful tricks, but all in for the good at the end of the day.
Well, I understand that everybody out there wants to do and wants to gain traffic and lead generation and clients and customers. And I understand they want to do it very quickly. I get that. I wanted our phone to ring when I was in the garage door business, right? So, but because I was in the slimiest business besides, what are some of the other ones? Locksmiths,
plumbing, roofing, all of
roofing, all the people that don't have licensing. Now, plumbing I know has licensing, but there's still a lot of unscrupulous people out there. And so I wanted to do it right and do it differently. And so that's why I push the way that I push, because so many in the service-based business, actually, that's what they do to get their clients the fastest clients. But then it drops off and then you're starting from ground zero. So to me, it didn't seem like a good plan to make. I felt that making that plan and doing it right from the beginning, and yes, it might take a little longer, but it's going to be more sustainable and it's going to last longer and it's going to continue to grow. Now, maybe that's not the right way to think about things, but I felt it was, and I saw the growth slowly but surely in that business that I used to be in. So that's what I try to show people these days is the rabbit and the hare, right? Slow but steady. And, sometimes there's clients that are not slow but steady. They want immediate. And I'm sure you've run into that as too, right, Lenny?
Oh, absolutely. All across the board. And I think what's the benefit of having both sides, a wide range of the left, I said the black hat side knowledge, white hat side, and everything in between. I think it helps you be able to adapt because these algorithms and everything else change. And I think not necessarily applying all the negative stuff to the white hat stuff, but being able to think about it from both spectrums, I think really helps when it comes to business. But you're right. I mean, you come across some business owners that say, "Look, I don't care. Just make my phone ring." And you have some business owners that are like, "I don't want to do anything that's going to potentially have my listing be suspended." And you're absolutely right. I mean, when these listings, Google Business Profile listings that we're talking about, they take on average, I say anywhere from 2 to 3 months to rank someone on the maps pack, depending on what your competition, what your keywords, what city you're trying to rank in. So, I mean, if you think about it, if you're working hard for 3 months and then Google comes and slaps your keyword business title or something that was service, you've essentially wasted 60 to 90 days hard work. I'm not saying you can't get caught during that time, but the important thing is you definitely want to be doing correctly when you start, and I think it definitely lasts a lot longer that way.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting how you work your tail off and you as hard as you can and you get there and then boom, poof, you're gone.
Yep.
You're gone.
Yep.
And the reason I can vouch for that is because it happened to us overnight. Ranking really well one day and the next day, poof, gone.
I think the saddest part about that is in some cases, when Google does their sweeps for what they feel like are spam listings, a lot of times legit business owners get caught up in that sweep as well. So, like you said, I always do the right thing day in and day out. But also know you're just playing a game where your listing could still be suspended if you do wrong. So always try to expand your business and make sure that you're not only generating leads from Google Business Profile, but you're doing your social media channels properly. You maybe you're mixing in a little bit of paid advertisement. You're just diversifying.
You know, it's so very, very true. And we're going to talk a little bit more about this. We're going to really kind of focus on 2 to 3 tips. Lenny's going to help us focus. That's my new word for 2022. Focus on 2 to 3 tips of what you can do for your Google Business Profile, aka Google My Business, in order to get yourself ranking. And we're going to take a quick little commercial break, and we will be right back. Hi, everyone. We're back to Hidden Gems of DFW video podcast. I'm Kris O'Connor, your host, and Lenny Rowell is our guest today. And we're talking about Google Business Profile, our favorite subject. So much so that we have a club on Clubhouse, and we are growing our club with Alicia Maples. And I think we're close to 300 people in that club now. And we meet every Thursday at 10 a.m. Central Time, 11 a.m. Eastern Time. And you can come, show up, and ask any questions you want. Doesn't cost you a dime. We do it for free. But what I want Lenny to do now is tell us the top 3 things a business owner should do with their Google Business Profile and why. So let's start with 1, Lenny.
Sounds good. So the first thing I would tell you to do is it's kind of a twofold tip, is never reinvent the wheel. A lot of business owners make the mistake of trying to do all these things to get their profile to rank without even looking at their competition. So when I say don't reinvent the wheel, what I really mean is to look at your competition, see what's already working for them. If you have Google shows you what the top 3 listings are in the maps section. So for a keyword that you're typing in, let's say you own a plumbing company and you're trying to rank that plumbing company in Dallas, Texas. So plumbing services, Dallas, Texas. Let's say you type that keyword in Google and you notice there are 3 businesses in the maps section at the top, maps pack. Those 3 businesses are what Google feels is the most relevant business for that particular keyword. So if you take a look at what your competition is doing, take a look at their Google Business Profile. Is it completely filled out? Look at their business description. Look at their main website that's attached to that business profile. Look at all those things and try to figure out what Google thinks, why Google may be rewarding them with the top listing in those 3 particular sections. So you got the first website, the second website, and the third website. Do you notice a similar trend across those websites? What services are they listed on their website? All those things are critical to make sure that if you don't have those things and you offer the same services, that you go and add those things to your website and Google Business Profile as well. So basically, you want to reverse engineer the competition that is already ranking. That would be my first tip.
That's awesome. I can't tell you how critical that really is. And we talk about this on Clubhouse, and you have to, well, you don't have to, but if you want to be successful, you need to see what your competition is doing. Let me tell you, my competition copied everything I did. Yes, I am saying it out loud in public for the world to know. Yes, I know you copied everything that I did. So obviously I must have been doing something right for you to copy everything that I did. Now, unfortunately or fortunately, many businesses do that. Many competitors do that. Look at Coke and Pepsi. Look at McDonald's and Burger King. Look at some of the big name marketing companies that work for them. They copy each other. Now, they have their own spin on it, but exactly, don't reinvent the wheel. Do follow it, but just do it better than what your competition is doing. Just do it better. The ideas will come to you if you need help with that. Of course, Lenny and I are always here to help you with that. But I think it's imperative that you look at your competition and do it better, whatever it is that they're doing. Okay, so that's number one. What's number two, Lenny?
Tip number two, without a doubt, is to make sure you have every critical detail about your business somewhere listed. So when you're setting up or you're optimizing your Google Business Profile, you have all of that information readily available. So I'm talking about the name, the official name of your business that is on your business license, your address, your phone number, your website, your business description, anything that's going to be going into that Google Business Profile. You want to essentially be able to copy and paste something. You can put it on a Google document, a Google sheet, wherever. But this information is going to be used over and over again. So after your Google Business Profile is set up, you're going to set up what's called citations. And for those of you that may not be familiar with those, think of those as any website online, reputable website online where you can set up your name, your address, your phone number, your website. And majority of the time, they give you an opportunity to add some pictures and details like business. That's called a business citation. So websites such as Yelp, Yellow Pages, Brown Book, Angie's List, those are all examples of places online where other people can find you and then essentially find your business and then click a link to take them back to where your business is located. But the key is making sure your business information is listed consistently, not only on your Google Business Profile, but through all the websites that you may appear online. It is critical that your information shows up the exact same. Not only that, is that going to give your consumers confidence that you are a legit business and your information is accurate, but it also gives Google a confidence in you when it comes to how they rank you in the search. The more trust that you're able to build with Google, the better you're going to rank, not only for your Google Business Profile, but for your website as well.
Absolutely. You know, like I say every week, practically Google loves Google, right? I mean, there's no doubt Google loves Google. And if you follow the Google guidelines and you do what Google wants, you're going to rank where you want to rank legally, white hat, all of that good stuff. I learned many years ago, and I'm not sure if it was Tim or who it was, but all the groups that I ever went to, the first thing they talked about was NAP. And I said, what the heck is that? You know, name, address, phone number. And it had to match everywhere that it went. And I love the tip that you gave, and I hope that you listeners out there, anybody watching, that you heard what Lenny said. Create a Google sheet, have all that information listed there for you. So when you go use it for a different citation or a different link, I call it link juice, right? So when you need to fill out or add your business to Yelp or Facebook or wherever you're adding it to, you have the exact same. I mean, they even talked about how to do, we were a suite. Do you use STE or do you SUITE? Whatever you use, it doesn't matter as long as it's exactly the same everywhere you do it. Yes, I know Google is smart enough to know that STE and SUITE is the same. But again, Google's not human, it's algorithms, okay? So you got to take the human element out of it and think about algorithms. So whatever you use, even if you use a period on the STE, you have to use the period everywhere you go. And those were hard lessons for me to learn, very beginning back in 2008 and 2009. But when I followed that guideline, and I had my sheet, I didn't have a Google Doc sheet, but I had my sheet, my Word document with that information on it. It made my life so much easier. And if I didn't have time, I could have one of my employees, hey, go fill this out at this location, blah, 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 and you're done. So it's a fabulous tip, fabulous tip. And all right, so we've given you two phenomenal tips. Number three, Lenny, number three.
All right, so people may not have, you may have been looking for something a little more detailed, but for tip number 3, I'm going to tell you, never stop working. What I've seen a lot of business owners do, they'll either do the work themselves, they'll analyze their competition, they'll see exactly what their competition is doing to outrank them. They'll go on, either they'll go hire somebody or they'll go evaluate the competition. They'll start building links to their website. They'll fix their own page optimization. They'll do all the things they need to do to rank. 2 or 3 months will pass. They'll show up in the 3-pack, and then they sit back in a chair and they kick their feet up on the desk and they smile and they're happy. And then they go back to being a business owner. They start neglecting their website. They don't add updated photos to their listing. They don't respond to reviews. And then about a month or 2 passes, and then they notice the phone stops ringing as much as it was before. And they say, "Oh, hey, what happened? I'm not in the 3-pack anymore." Well, you got comfortable. And your competitor that noticed that you were now in the 3-pack when you weren't before, now they hired an SEO guy to do the same things that you had just been doing the last 3 months. So again, my third tip is to never stop working. Just know, just because you go out and hire somebody to do some work for you and that works, your competitors are likely watching you and doing the exact same thing. As Kris just said, her competitors copy every single thing that she did for the business that she was managing. So it's the exact same thing. If you start getting more calls and more leads, and you bump in the 3-pack, you better believe your local competitor is watching you, and they're going to start doing the same thing because the company is out on customers. They want to increase their revenue every year as well. So always stay consistent. So do the work to get ranked, and then once you get there, continue posting on your Google Business Profile at least 2 or 3 times a week. Upload a minimum of 10 photos, I'd say a month, to your listing. Make sure you're responding to positive and negative reviews on your listing. If somebody leaves you a negative review, you have an opportunity to turn that into something positive, because you can respond in a way that lets your customers know you are human. Your company is going to make mistakes, or it could be someone just trying to leave a negative review on your listing and their review is 100% false. You still need to respond in a way that lets other consumers that are potentially thinking about using your business, let them know that, look, I'm here. I'm not perfect, but I'm here and I'm trying to make this thing right. So never stop working and continue to just keep building is what I say.
Absolutely, because when you do, exactly what happens. And I think that, sometimes we grow to the top, right? Top of the food line, top of the chest, top of the whatever you want to call it, right? And we think, yay, I did it. I'm there.
Exactly.
I'm in the top 3, top 5. Man,
Yep.
I made it, right? And then you're like, oh, man, I worked hard to get there. And then the next thing you know, you're like, what happened? Where'd I go? Why am I not there? You have to be consistent. Your website has to be consistent. Remember, Google loves fresh content.
They do.
What is that? Fresh content, right? And that doesn't mean that you copy the same post and repost it 5 different times. You need new, fresh content. It makes all the difference in the world. So
Absolutely.
a tip that was given to me many, many years ago, and then we're going to have to take a quick commercial break, but a tip that was given to me many, many years ago, and I don't know if you still talk about this or share about this, but you can go to Google, and every time your competitor posts something or puts something out there, you can be alerted.
That's right.
You can be alerted. I still get alerts. It is the most beneficial thing. And that's how I knew they were copying what I was doing, because I'd get alerted of, the new webpage go up, or this article went up, or this happened or that happened. And I'd look at it and say, damn, come on, people. Can't you come up with your own stuff? You have to use mine. But that's the way the world is, right?
It is.
So I hope you heard that. There is a way on Google where you can set up an alert for your competition and learn what they're doing while they're doing it, not 6 months after they do it. So
Absolutely.
I'm going to let you kind of talk about that as soon as we come back, Lenny. I think it's a great little tip that people need to understand and people need to use. And it's great reading material in the evening when you're bored. But
Absolutely.
anyways, we will be right back, so hang on.
Hey, are you using Google Business Profile for your business yet? Well, today is the day to start. Even if you already have a Google Business Profile and don't know what to do, well then join us for a Google Business Profile Live Masterclass coming to a computer near you. Kris O'Connor, Lenny Rowell, and Alicia Maples will teach you how to master your business profile to crush your competitors. Enroll now at gmptipsandtricks.club/masterclass. Let us help you dominate the competition.
Welcome back, everybody. I hope you picked up that tip if you didn't already know that tip that I gave about Google and the alerts, but I want Lenny to talk a little bit about that great little tip. At least I thought it was a great tip for me, and I know it was hugely beneficial to me for my competition and knowing what they were doing, and it was an easier way to research it than some of the old school ways. So Lenny, tell us a little, do you feel it was a great tip or?
Oh, I do. And I think what some people may have missed with that, not only are you able to monitor your competition, but in addition to that, when you set up a Google alert, it does it automatically for you. So this is not like you knowing who your local competition is and you every other day trying to go to Google and find a press release or trying to find anything that's mentioned about that company. This is Google automatically emailing you anytime the company is mentioned. So all you have to do is really just monitor the alerts. And when that company is mentioned, maybe you find some things that you don't copy them, but maybe you find something that they're doing that you like, that you implement into your business. So not only are you able to monitor, but you get new ideas to keep your business fresh as well. And obviously, if people are responding to it, if the customers are responding to it, then you definitely want to take advantage of it because your customers are, again, telling you what they're looking for. Like, so this is, as Kris alluded to earlier, this is not a sprint, it's a marathon. Anytime you're trying to do anything with Google Business Profile, you have to stay on top of it. I'm not saying you have to be on 100 different social media avenues and all these different things. You need to be in charge of what you can manage. So if that's only, Twitter and Facebook, then fine. But you also need to be making sure that you're monitoring what your competitors are doing on those platforms that your customers are responding to. That is a proven way to grow. So I think that's a fantastic tip. I use Google Alerts. I've been using it for many years, not just in local business space. You can do it in the affiliate marketing space or anything else.
I mean, it was very valuable to me to learn that tip, and I don't even know who I learned it from. Probably, I don't even know. It's been so long, probably back in 2007, 2008, when I was growing the company and trying to do things on a shoestring budget and trying to figure out how to beat our competition, right? So, I mean, I learned that. In the meeting, I was setting it up because I was an implementer, and that's really the key too, is you have to implement the things that you learn. If you don't implement, then, none of this is really worth anything, really. But, and I'm not saying you have to implement every single thing that we talk about today, but take one of those items, the first 3 items, and implement it. Or if you've already got those 3 items done and you don't know about alerts, then put your alerts on for your competition. Take something from this video podcast that we're talking about because it's so valuable. These are just simple little things that can be done to help grow your business. We get this question a lot on Clubhouse, and I just want to answer it really quickly. The way we're talking is like it's going to take you 40 hours a week to maintain Google Business Profile. And honestly, it doesn't. And I want Lenny to talk a little bit about what he recommends. The length of time, it's less than a lunch hour, but for me. But Lenny, I want you to expand on that.
Sure, great question. One thing I want to throw in about Google Alerts really quickly. You can also set up a Google Alert for your own company and find out when other people or other local businesses are mentioning your name. And if for some reason they aren't linking out to your website, you can reach out to that company. Hey, I saw you guys mention us, really appreciate it. Do you mind linking out to this page on our website? And that's a method that can help boost your profile. But no, fantastic question. Fantastic question. In terms of maintenance on your Google Business Profile, I think the hardest part of that is really the optimization up front. So whether you have a new listing or an existing listing, once you evaluate your competition and you've optimized, the basic information. You set up the free Google Business Profile website. You've added product posts, services posts, all those kind of things. The next part of that is the maintenance. And that's what Kris is talking about. That should take you only maybe a couple hours a week, because all you're doing at that point, you're going in, if you get any reviews, positive or negative reviews, you're going to go in and respond. That should only take a couple of minutes at most. You're going to be posting on your listing. So those are like the blog posts, miniature blog posts that you're doing maybe 2 to 3 times a week. If you have any updates, such as a special event or a special offer that you're running, you're going to want to post that. If your business is temporarily open or closed, or you have special hours for the week due to a holiday or whatever else, you're going to want to adjust that kind of stuff as well. The only other thing outside of that you should be doing on a consistent basis is uploading more photos of what you have going on with your business. So if you have something that you can celebrate, maybe you got a new room in your facility, or maybe you offer a new product, those are pictures of things that you can upload to your profile. But outside of that, you should not be in there touching the name of the business, the address, the phone number, the website. Making changes to those critical elements in your listing are things that will surely get your listing either suspended, or Google will ask you to re-verify, which means they have to resend the postcard to your business address. So like Kris said, I mean, only you can do this 45 minutes a week, 2 hours a week, where you're making those updates. But outside of that, you should be doing what you do best as a business owner. And, being on the phone, talking to customers, doing the things that you have to do to keep your business running.
What's the cost of a customer, right? So if it takes you 2 hours to do what you need to do every week, or an hour every week, okay, what's that customer worth? Right. If you don't do that, right, and you don't get that phone call for a Google Business Profile, what's that cost you? Just think about that, okay? Oh my God, I just don't have time to do this. I don't have time to do this. Well, do you want customers or don't you? Is really the question to ask. And if you do want customers, right, then take the time. Take an hour, okay? Start with 30 minutes. Do what you can. For my clients, what I do is I write a 300 to 500, well, sometimes 500 to 700 word blog. And then I shorten that little blog, I put it on their website with pictures, and then I shorten that little blog to do my post, and I repurpose everything, and then I link it back either to Call Me Now, or I link it back to the website. So there's constantly a new, fresh content being put on your website and Google Business Profile. It's so important, and it's not hard. It doesn't take as long as you think it will. We could chat about this forever and ever. Obviously, because on Clubhouse, would we start with 30 minutes, Lenny? And now we're at an hour and a half?
Hour and a half, yeah.
So, I hope it doesn't move to 2 hours, because holy moly, even though we could talk that long, I want to share Lenny's treasure, because I have made you all wait long enough. So Lenny, what's your treasure? Tell us what your hidden treasure is, and what keeps you motivated, what keeps you going. What's your treasure you want to share with our audience?
I'm going to share my treasure, but I'll say what my true treasure is, kind of a 2-in-1. My family and providing for my family, not only now, but after my wife and I are dead and gone, my kids being able to not only have this business, but everything we have, being able to pass down, something that our kids can have and their kids can have, that generational wealth that so many have. That's my ultimate goal. That's why I'm doing things that I do. Now, that brings me to why I say this is my treasure. With that thought in mind, I say my cell phone is my treasure, because this cell phone keeps me connected, not only to my family near and far, but my friends, everyone. This cell phone, you can hold pictures of anybody that you want, of anything that you want, and you can reach out to anybody at any given notice. If you want information, you've got information at your fingertips. So this one device, and as you can see, I've got a picture of my daughter and my son, is solely what keeps us connected to people, not only in our local space, but throughout the world. So when you first asked me what my treasure was, I had all these things that I wanted to say, but the reason this cell phone is my treasure is it's essentially the glue that holds all those connections from all those clients, from all those family members, from all those friends, images of moments, videos of moments and experiences and things that I've had. It's pretty much all here. So it makes it dangerous because it has all these things in one particular place. But that's why, I can look at this anytime. And if I'm missing somebody, I can put up a picture of them. If I want to get on the phone with somebody, I can call them. If I need to remember something that, that I was talking about last week on Clubhouse, I can look at my notes. So it is the glue that connects every single piece of business and everything else that I say is near and dear to my heart. So that's why my treasure.
I think it's a great, I love it. And by the way, you can do everything on your cell phone. I mean, you really don't necessarily need a computer, of course. I'm a little older, so I like to use my laptop or a bigger screen. But I mean, you can do Google Business Profile right on your phone.
Yourself,
You can
that's right.
do emails right on your phone. You can do business right on your phone. So the world today evolves around that phone. And I love that idea that that's your treasure, because it really is true. You've got your family, you've got your friends, you've got your business, all wrapped into one tiny little package that you get to carry around with you wherever you go. I love that.
Absolutely.
I love that. Well, what's one thing that after we've been talking for, I don't know, 30, 45 minutes now, there's always something that kind of pops in your head and you think, I wish I would have said that. What's one last tip that you think or clarify or add to what we talked about today about Google Business Profile?
That is a fantastic question, Kris. The thing that I want people to know that are watching this, especially business owners that are watching this, they maybe tried to optimize their Google Business Profile. They made some effort and did not see the results that they were looking for. I would just encourage you to try it again. And because I want you to know it's not as hard as I think a lot of us make it seem. I think the hard part in all of this is the consistency. And so you can do all the things that Kris and Alicia and I talk about on the Clubhouse show. You can have access to the most top secret tips in the world on how to rank your business. But the thing people don't understand is you can do, so for example, I can do a press release and see nice results increase in my Google Business Profile, right? But if you're not consistently doing the other things that need to go in conjunction with that press release, at some point your your rankings are gonna start to drop. So if you don't have the time to put in the consistent effort, then I would advise you to hire someone to do it. But if you're a do-it-yourself kind of business owner, then I'd ask you to just commit to it for 30 days of consistently posting on your listing, responding to reviews, doing all the things that we talked about today. And I will guarantee that you will see some type of positive impact enough to make you motivated to continue to do those things. If you look in the insights of your Google Business Profile, Google gives you data on if people are requesting directions to your listing, what keywords they type in to reach your listing, just how many people are the impressions, like how many people are visiting your profile per se. If you use that data to your advantage. So for example, if I go in the dashboard of my listing and I see the insights and I find what keywords people are using to type my listing, to find my business listing, then those are the keywords that you need to focus on to get more customers. So I'm saying all that to say, just be consistent. If you've done it before, give it another try. It works. I can tell you it works. Kris can tell you it works. A lot of people that don't even know what they're doing, but they're just consistent, they're getting results. So just be motivated, be encouraged, and just know if you put the work in, you will get some positive feedback.
So it's funny, my ex used to say a blind squirrel will get a nut every once in a while. And that's really, I hate to, say that, but it's true. I don't know if I really said it right, but you know what I'm saying, right? You know,
right.
A blind squirrel will get a hit every now and then. And, consistency is the key. I mean, I get frustrated when things don't happen exactly. We're an immediate gratification world. And
microwave society. You're right.
Yeah, things aren't immediate anymore. I mean, out in the real world they are, but online it's not. It's not immediate. SEO is not immediate. Google Business Profile is not immediate. So, it takes perseverance, and you got to just keep on keeping on. So Lenny,
Kris,
I am so grateful that you were here today. I think we dropped so many nuggets for people to understand and to do and to use. But I want everybody to know, how can they reach you? And just tell us how they can reach you, find you, website, wherever. You tell me.
Absolutely. Yeah, so the best place to reach me, and I say the best place because it has my phone number, my email, my social media, is GMB Solutions, GMBmarketingsolutions.com. It's my website. On the About page, you'll see my Instagram, my Facebook, my phone number. Just visit the website. That's GMB. It used to be Google My Business. So the GMB, that's what it used to be when that was the name of it. So GMBmarketingsolutions.com. Check out the website. Feel free to shoot me a message. I do offer free consultations. If you're a business owner and you're trying to kind of figure out what's going on with your business, why you aren't ranking, I'm happy to hop on the phone with you and help you optimize your listing. And I'll kind of tell you what your competitors are doing. Kris offers the same thing, same services, but I'm always around. Feel free to email or call me, and then we'll set up a time to talk and move forward. But very passionate about helping business owners. And Kris, I really appreciate you giving me the opportunity to come on your show.
Absolutely. I love this discussion. I mean, I think Lenny and I say this on our Clubhouse meeting every week, I think Lenny and I, the reason we work so well together is because he comes from the agency world type, and I come from the business world type. I'm not saying exactly that's how it was, but you know, my thought process is a little different than what Lenny's is. And I think that when we mesh those two thought processes together, it makes for a really good team, a strong team, because I, on one hand, have been the business owner running a business, okay, in name only. And he has been on the other end helping the business owners get where they need to get to. So I think there's a great dynamic there for the two of us and why we get along so well and why our Clubhouse with Alicia, who is the review queen. But I would invite all of you to join us on Clubhouse if you're not. Connect with me. I have invitations to send out to you if you want to join Clubhouse. We would love to help you. We're on a quest to grow our membership on our club, and I think we're close to 300 right now. And in 2022, I think we probably want to get to 500 to 1,000 people. But
absolutely.
Again, I would love to chat, but I just want everybody to know that I want you to know, always remember that you are insanely valuable, and despite the labels of doubt that you have about yourself and created by outside people and experiences, that you can do so much more. I can help you grow your business. Connect with me by phone or email. Let's get you excited about your business again. And don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel today. Lenny, thank you so much for all these golden nuggets today. I wish you the best, and I appreciate you being here today.
Thank you very much, Kris. And thanks everybody for watching. Have a good day.
Thanks for watching and listening to Hidden Gems of DFW with Kris O'Connor. Don't forget to subscribe. Feel free to connect with me. I love hearing your successes.